G'day everyone, it's Turbo Tristan here, and it's been a while, but today we are back at Sandown Motorsport Raceway. And we're doing another budget enduro in Rhonda this time. It's been about 6 months since I've driven a race car, and I'm a little bit nervous. So we're gonna try and win it today. Hopefully 6th or 7th or 8th time is a charm and we actually win one and don't have any issues today, so fingers crossed. Alrighty, so in the spirit of the budget enduro, the first thing we're going to do is a valuation check on the entire field, because people like to do that to us. So firstly, we've got a Swift Sport. They're about 30 grand, but it's in the budget enduro. Next up, we have a Toyota Corolla. That is a true $500 car. Then we have a Golf GTI Turbo. They're about 4 to 8 grand. This one's got mods, so there you go. We've got a Toyota 86. These are between 15 and 20 grand, but again, budget enduro. We have Rhonda, $1,500 Honda Accord. But you know, we spent the most money apparently. Then we've got a vintage Holden Commodore. They're all worth $100,000. We've got a Mazda MPS all-wheel drive turbo, 2.3 litre. Now, those things 8 to 15 grand. So we have the regular Mazda 6. That is a $2,000 car. Over here we have a $500 Mazda 2. And then here we have a utility vehicle. Now they hold their value. This one's probably worth about 6 grand. And then we have a Renault Clio full race car. This one's caged with all the gear on it. That could be worth anywhere between 500 bucks to 15,000, that one. And then here we have a vintage E30. Now this one was apparently free, but having one of these in my collection, I know they're about 15 to 20 grand. Whoa, yep. So that looks like we've got a 12 car field today. So even though we came second out of 3 cars once, and we came second a whole bunch of times actually, and the most we've raced against is 17 cars including ourselves, so 16 other vehicles. This is one of the bigger fields, so it's going to be quite an interesting day. We've got a big mix of cars. We've got all-wheel drive turbos, turbo European cars, turbo Japanese cars, purpose-built budget track cars like the 86. We've got luxury cars like Rhonda, commercial vehicles, vintage cars here and with the Commodore, and we've got little cub race cars. So it's going to be a fun day. And I was only joking before, all the cars are budget cars. You can get these things at the auctions for next to nothing. You can get crashed ones, you can get bargains, you can get them given to you. So yeah, people do like to poke a bit of fun at us because we spent a bit of time on our car. Called in a lot of favors, let's just say. So we're just getting ready for the warm-up lap now. Everyone's going to group together and then they're going to hit the green light. Once the cars cross the finish line, the race starts. So the guys are just about to complete their first lap of actual racing. They got the green light last time they went past the start finish line. Now each driver, there's 6 drivers in our team. You can have a minimum of 4 and you got to do 1 hour each, and then we have a 20-minute break. We do brake pads, we do fuel, we do all that stuff. We get back out there and we go again. So whoever does the most laps at the end of the day, we've got to go slower than 1:35. Stig is pacing himself. It's only the first lap. Nothing is warm yet. There's guys going absolutely flat out on cold tyres, cold brakes, cold everything, cold drivers. So we've got to just ease into it. We've got an hour. We've got to go slower than 1:35. Here's a trusty work ute. Auto. And then here is the vintage cars, the vintage category. We've got the Commodore 6-cylinder and the BMW 4-cylinder. Now these 2 cars could win it if everyone else breaks down. It's about who can stay consistent and finish the race, which is one thing we've failed to do a number of times, even though we've got a modern fuel injected car. All right, Stig's just come in from the first 1 hour session. We are currently position number 1, and that's due to one of the other cars coming in for a pit stop, and that let us overtake them. And he's just been really consistent. 137s, 136s. He did do a 135, I think, once or twice. So the car is running brilliantly. It's just come in. Air intake temps are really cool. So the air intake, we've got a duct down here, getting air in there. We've got a duct here for the oil cooler. Oil cooler temps now, we just checked it, it's at about 88, 90 degrees. So that's mint. Tires are looking good. Plenty of brakes still. And it's going to be back out. We've got Rob, our guest driver. He's going to race next. First time in Rhonda ever, and first time as a budget enduro racer. So he's going to be out there. So over the back of the track, coming down the downhill section, the guys in the Falcon Ute just here in the next garage have somehow managed to loop it and punch the tub straight into the wall, and they're currently fixing it. Didn't want to get too much in the road. You can see quite a bit of carnage. I'm not going to get in their road and get in their face. They've got a lot going on, but a little bit of dramas today. Hopefully that doesn't happen to us. We're about to go into our 4th hour. That means it's my turn, so I'm the 4th driver today. I've got to do an hour. It looks like we're up about at least 1 lap, possibly 2. So the main thing is that we maintain a steady pace. I'm going to aim for 136s, even though we can go 135s. There's no need to be a hero and break out and try and do super fast lap times when we can only do a maximum of 135 anyway. So I'm going to go try and do 136s, try and keep our 1 or 2 lap lead. And we're just going to go in and out, quick change. Then when we come back, it's full, do everything, brakes, tires, fuel. And then we're going to get John out and then Chris out, and hopefully we can take home our very, very first win. I'm about to go for my session, and we're first in line. And that's the strategy that we always try and get to be first out, because that puts us in pole position for the next session. So even if we're coming 4th or 5th, in the last session, but we get out first, that means we automatically jump to place number 1. Now the goal for this session is to stick to 1 minute 36, not have any dramas, not do anything dumb, and I'm just going to use that time to practice my driving, have a play around with all different parts of the track, and just have some fun, stay out of everyone's way. We are in the lead, and we want to make sure we keep it that way so that we can win this event. So just want to go over this time to thank PROTEX, our sponsors, RACEWORKS, our sponsors, MAXPEEDINGRODS. We've done about, I'm not sure, I think about 10 or 12 track days on MAXPEEDINGRODS coilovers at the moment, and all we do is just adjust them harder or softer depending on the conditions, what tires are on, or what the weather's like. At the moment we're running a harder compound ZESTINO tire, not the soft ones we normally run. We're running a wider and harder compound, and they seem to be lasting really, really well. They did a full wet track day, and because they're wide and hard, they wasn't the best in the wet, but today in the dry, the guys tell me it's going amazingly. All right, here we go, number 1. but everyone has to stay behind me. So at the moment, I got back the lap that I lost to the white Suzuki, just in the right position, because now I'm 2 laps ahead. So strategic overtake. The driver of the Suzuki is a million times better driver than me. He's a proper race car driver. But Rhonda's got the power to overtake him on the straight. So sit behind, don't do anything silly, and just use the power when you need to. We're letting the oil temperature cool down, letting everything cool down, keeping air flowing through the car. This is exactly what we want. We're in the lead by 2 laps, and we're cooling the car down, we're saving fuel, we're saving everything. Now, when I overtook Lee just here before, definitely let me go past him. I think he got bored of being in front the whole time, so now he wants a bit of a challenge, which he'll definitely get one, but he'll be able to blow past me in the corners. Much better driver. Poor Falcon. Having a bit of traffic here as well, these slow cars will be good on a restart, because hopefully they can get in the road, I can zip past them with the power, and it'll hold up the other cars behind me. That's what I'm hoping for anyway, fingers crossed. Now, we're not allowed to overtake them at all, we have to stay behind. This is really good. This is what I want. Hopefully we're stuck behind all these cars on the straight, and I can get a mad jump and blitz past them and hold all the other guys up in the corner. Well, the Utes back now, so this lap is going to be go time. As I was saying, we're just about to have the restart of the race after that incident. The car's been cleared. We're all in formation, holding the 80km/h speed limit clamped down. So this is a virtual safety car, and the light's going to go green soon. Then once you cross the line, you're allowed to go full speed ahead. So check out the guy in the Swift, flies up the inside with about 100 or 200 meters to go before the start finish line. Corolla follows him, and then we have a massive situation into turn 1. We nearly got cleaned up by the VW GTI. Rubbing is racing. We didn't actually rub, so that was fine. A lot of collision avoidance going on. Now Tristan is angry, so I'm on the warpath here, and I just absolutely start to blitz it, and I'm just flying past everyone, pushing, doing my own bit of bullying just to get back to overtaking the Corolla and the Swift. But as you'll see, I got my revenge, and we got back to the #1 place, and I managed to start and finish my stint in first place the whole time, defending our lead. Alrighty, we've all raced. John's just been out. Some very aggressive driving, which is good, keeps it interesting. Everyone's trying to push everyone to go under the time. So there's new tactics now. Teams are pushing other cars to try and make them break out so they lose a lap. We didn't fall for it. We stayed 2 laps up. Now it's the last session. Chris is out there now. They're just doing the warm-up. They're about to go. As soon as the light changes, he's going to hit it. And we've told him if he has to, he can let the cars past because we're 2 laps up. So that was a very tight start. Everyone was right on everyone's ass, and yeah, Chris stayed in front. There you go Christo. So he's just got to do this for an hour and stay in front. Now I can tell you from experience, it's very difficult because your mirrors are just full of cars, and also you try not to hit the guys in front. Like I did with my session, I let that Swift past. It's 2 laps behind. So it doesn't matter if it goes in front one, just don't let it go past you twice, and we win it. Here he comes, Christo! Yeah, you don't want to do that. Good work, Christo.
Well done, guys. 2:12, mate. Smashed the number of laps. Well done, man. Well done. Fucking unbeatable today, man.
Well, we managed to fail like I think 6 or 7 times.
Yeah,
so.
Rocky was selling me. Yeah, don't worry, they'll break down.
Yeah. It always, something was going to happen.
We'll hope. Hello.
I thought I was in trouble.
Well done, man.
Thank you.
Good work, Christo.
Well done, buddy. Good, well done.
Good stuff.
Team Rhonda finally does it.
Oh, these guys are on fire. So thanks to PROTEX, RACEWORKS, EXEDY, SUPERPRO, T7 and Spool Up, as well as ZESTINO, Chong Data, MAXPEEDINGRODS, coilovers, killing it. And the tyres are still, yeah, really well worn, even. They're not chewed out, so that's a good thing. We know we're onto a winner with the tyres.
That's a record number of laps too. We'll eat that tonight. 212 laps, I think it was, which is the record. 312. It was 208 previously, so
nice.
Well done.
Well, that concludes a pretty successful day. We finally won a budget enduro. Now, what's next for Rhonda? We need to give it a full birthday. We want to do an LSD at some stage. Not sure if we can do that soon, but we want to do timing chain, oil pump, 50-degree VCT gear, all the guides, all the tensioner, all that sort of stuff. We need to change out some of the cams with some of the other spare K24s I have over there. Our cams are starting to show signs of wear, and we don't want one of those to annihilate in the engine. So she is getting tired, but she made it to the end of a budget enduro as #1 place. Just wanted to say a huge thanks to MAXPEEDINGRODS for the suspension, Chong Data for the tune, PROTEX for the brakes, RACEWORKS for all of the fuel rail, fuel parts, injectors and sensors, Denso spark plugs. We've also got ZESTINO tyres. We've also got T7 design parts on there, EXEDY clutches, SUPERPRO bushes, WHITELINE sway bars, and of course spoolup.com.au. You can find all those parts on the website. And thanks again to Adam and the team at the Budget Enduro. It's a really good event. This time there was 12 cars. The competition is heating up and getting really, really spicy. A lot of cars can hit that 135 bracket now, so the competition is getting pretty full on. It's a lot of fun. More and more teams joining every single time. We've had a field of 17 before. This was a packed field at 12. Let's see if we can get more and more people in there. The strategies are coming out now. It's really starting to flourish. And we've also been inspiring some other people to join thanks to YouTube. Guys have seen us racing Rhonda, seen how much of a good time we have, mates in the shed, working on the car, and also the strategy and helping out at the racetrack. So it's just a huge family fun day. We've got Ronald out there with quite a few upgrades. We're gonna have the Evo done very, very soon, and then it's on to the track build up there. Heaps happening with that car, and you're going to see it all here at Turbo Tristan. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Spool up, bring the boost, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.